It's round 3 of the Freezie500 of the Elevation Trail from Vergalsia. Tonight, 9 racers will scrap it out in 3 groups as they do whatever they can to accumulate enough points to be one of the 3 top drivers in next week's finals. The racing has been close and the competition fierce, as the best drivers in the cosmos have done their respective peoples proud, but it all comes down to the next 3 laps. Who will rise to the occasion and seize their destiny? It's semi-finals of the Freezie500 from the Elevation Trail. The first group tonight consists of Monstar, Ragtag Jim, and Arlo. Monstar has been incredibly strong throughout the first 2 groups. Can he keep the focus and continue to make everyone else play catch-up? Group 2 is made up of Space Ace, Sneaky Bob, and Blink. The Ace has been pulled multiple times now, and although he may not be the fastest car out there, his ability to get his ride across the line puts him on Monstar 6. Finishing off the night in the third group is Grey Wizard, Blackie Mutton, and Numbskull. All 3 of these drivers are going to know how many points are going to get him into the finals. However, with how well these top drivers have been performing, it may be over before it even begins. Let's get this party started. Semifinals Group 1 goes now. Wow, and that's how you start racing. The gate drops and all 3 drivers get away clean. Ragtag gets into Monster a little bit just to let him know that he's there, but they all hit the jump at the exact same time. What's even nicer is that they even landed all perfectly. Monstar gets a little bit of a boost, and that puts him over the line first, but Ragtag and Arlo, they're not going anywhere. From the overhead drone cam, you can see how Monstar drop kicks Ragtag right at the finish line. That's definitely a message from Monstar for the little indiscretion that happened up at the top of the course. We'll see if that comes back to play a role in the next couple of races. It looks like another good start for these racers. The gate drops and they're battling hard to the jump. They all get to the jump at the same time, and it's another poster shot as all 3 racers are in mid-air, but it's Arlo and Ragtag who decide to do another synchronized J-turn. This is the second time Arlo's done that. But it's Monstar who hits the ground running and again runs away with 11 points. Man, these guys came to race. It's obvious that Arlo's pulling out all the stops in order to ensure that he gets his place in the top 3. He gets into it with Monstar and hits the jump sideways, while Ragtag Jim has a free line for the finish and gets 11 points. However, the ability for Monstar and Arlo to both maintain control and then get their rigs across the line, man, every point matters and these guys are scrapping for every last point. The drone cam at the finish line shows how the tree almost prevented Ragtag from getting across the line, but Ragtag's rig is just too big for a silly old tree. Wow, just wow. The Penal Colony Motor Pool sure knows how to build a race car. I mean, out of a possible 99 points through 3 rounds, Monstar has collected 96. Arlo does everything he can to give himself a chance, but even with 30 points added to his score, he can't overcome the hill that is Monstar and Ragtag Jim. Ragtag loses ground to Monstar, but he's still only 8 points back. Although, how can you say Monstar isn't the favorite going into the finals? The gauntlet has been dropped for Group 2. Let's see if they have an answer. Race 1 goes now. Whoa, Sneaky Bob's got some guts to him. He is fastest out of the gate, cuts across Blink, and gets tangled up with Space Ace. Blink then bunny hops across the jump, but everybody stalls out at the 6-point line. Space Ace must have been making up for that last race, because the gate drops and they all get out super quick and they almost outrun the camera. Blink squeezes out Space Ace, and then Bob actually gets in front of Space Ace as well. This is actually kind of cool because Blink gets out in front of Space Ace. Space Ace tries to block Bob, but Bob motors past Space Ace to get across the line just before him. Although everybody gets 10 points. Blink takes the win though, and Space Ace, oh, he's got some ground to make up. Race 3 is pivotal for 2 racers here. Sneaky Bob gets into Blink right out of the gate, and that tries to get her done and over. Space Ace actually has an open course, but look what happens. Same thing that happened to Rufus Leiter in the first round. His car gets all twitchy, jumps, and then he can't handle it, and it flips right after the jump. Sneaky Bob, after dealing with Blink, has a free run to the finish line, but he can't pull it off. He can't get that back wheel up over the hump. Let's take another angle here and see. He hits the side and just doesn't have enough momentum to put him over. We're going to see how all these points shake out, but those 2 extra points, every point matters, and those 2, oh, those 2. And there's your answer. Call it nerves, jitters, or just the yips. But the deck was stacked against Sneaky Bob and Blink going into this race. Realistically, only Arlo was within reach as Monstar and Ragtag looked to have separated themselves from the field. Space Ace may have missed a great opportunity here, as he only managed to bump Arlo by 1 point. And with one more group to go, Ace is by no means in the clear. Mathematically, only Monstar is guaranteed to be in the finals. Group 3 knows what they need to do to get there as well, so it's up to the top of the trail. Group 3 goes now. And Numbskull keeps rolling. But look over at Grey Wizard and Blackie Mutton. They hit the jump, and Grey Wizard gets squirrely and kind of hip checks Blackie Mutton. That sends him into a spin. Numbskull's got a free run down to the finish line, and he shows off the little pony jump, but then he lands it and gets all squirrely. But he's still over the line for 11 points. Blackie Mutton's able to get it into reverse and cross the 9-point line, but that's going to hurt both Grey Wizard and Blackie Mutton, as, again, every point matters. looks like Grey Wizard has it out for Blackie Mutton, or maybe he just doesn't like the Wolfitarian, but he gets out fast and then clobbers him completely and utterly past the jump. Again, Numbskull's got a free run down to the finish line, and he takes full advantage of it, while Blackie Mutton again gets his rig in gear and still manages to find a way across the line. Numbskull, however, is in complete control and is quickly running away with this. Now this is the kind of racing I expected out of this group. The gate drops and everybody gets out clean. Grey Wizard gets to the jump first, as he's the fastest down the course in the top half. Numbskull's right behind him, gets a little squirrely, and Blackie Mutton's right on Numbskull's tail. Grey Wizard jumps the line first, followed by Numbskull, followed by Blackie Mutton. These are the laps that Grey Wizard should have been running. He gets to the line and does a perfect somersault right over. He actually lands it with a little bit of an assist from Numbskull. That was impressive in its own right. We're going to see it from another angle right here. Grey Wizard comes down and boom, over he goes. That's it for this group. We're going to head up to the top to get their scores and see how all the points shake out. And the driver from Volcanus just keeps getting better and better as this competition grinds on. Numbskull has leapfrogged the competition to vault himself into the finals. A heroic effort put in by Blackie Mutton sees the Wolfitarian come up short by a single point, while Grey Wizard must have run out of magic for his buggy. The man of the hour, though, is Numbskull and his amazing finish. His 86 points not only deny Space Ace a spot in the finals, but put him a mere 2 points behind Ragtag Jim for second overall. What a night of racing from the Elevation Trail. Congratulations to the 3 drivers who will compete in the 6-lap final next week. Monstar, Junkie and Ragtag Jim, and Numbskull. You 3 have demonstrated a mastery of the trail, and your points totals speak of that success. One of you will be crowned the champion. However, heavy is the head that wears the crown, as with victory comes the responsibility of dealing with a certain last place driver. That's it for tonight, and as we wrap things up on the Freezie500, stick around next week for a special announcement on the next event happening here at the Elevation Trail of Lake Ridge Heights. This is going to be a good one, and you don't want to miss it. I've been your host, 905. Thanks for watching, and for the love of diecast, keep racing.
Bring on your champion. The end is just the beginning. Mwahaha.